Some games become legends for their innovation and change the industry. Other games innovate, change the industry, or just do something better than anybody else and still get forgotten about. So to finally give them the credit they deserve, welcome to episode 1 of the Casualty List.
First off, is what I call unsung hero games. These are games that went completely under the radar, that might have had some bugs, but were severely underrated games that introduced features or feature sets that would become a standard in games like them moving forward. The first one that I want to talk about tonight is, oddly enough, it's one of my favorite genres, anyways, because I'm a huge James Bond nut. Is From Russia with Love. This was a James Bond game that was released for the PS2. It was one of the first games, if not the first game, to not only feature the actor's likeness from the movie, but also the voice of the actor. And of course, since then, we've had so many games. We just talked about one, Death Stranding, where we have Norman Reedus as the character and as the voice. This was a phenomenal game. Was it GoldenEye? No, but it wasn't designed to. It literally followed the plot of the movie. So we had some great Aston Martin race sequences, and then we had some train stuff. And I don't know if you remember the villain in this movie, but it was the same guy that played Quinn in Jaws. But From Russia with Love is also my favorite James Bond movie, so that also helped. But the feature that I'm talking about, obviously, is using the actor and the voice of the actor in the game. And since then, we've had Lord knows how many games that have featured not only the voice, but the actor's likeness in the game. And I'm going
Yeah,
to
for
do
a
one
long
more.
time, that was a thing that they would shy away from. Like, it was like the actors, for whatever reason, would be like, "Ooh, no, like, don't want to do it." It's kind of like with toys, where there would be like
Yeah.
action figures that would talk, but they would never. It was never the actor that did the voice for it. Tom Hanks famously has his brother that does all of his line work from his movies. So, like his Toy Story stuff, if he has to do
Yeah.
voices for toys or games, it's Tom Hanks's brother. It's not Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
So,
And that
yeah,
just,
for whatever
and
reason, it used to be like a redheaded stepchild with voice work.
I think we're seeing it. We're seeing an age now where a lot of actors are seeking out these roles. And we
Keanu
talk about
Reeves, Idris
Claire
Elba.
Obscure, Charlie Cox from Daredevil doing the Claire Obscure, one of the main characters, and John Bernthal in Ghost Recon Breakpoint plays the main bad guy in that, and it's his likeness in the game as well.
Well, like I said,
But yeah,
Idris Elba in
yeah,
Cyberpunk and
oh yeah,
Keanu Reeves.
yep. But this was, I don't know if it was the first one, but it was one of the first where that, and I remember that because when they launched it, I was like, oh crap, they got Sean Connery, but they're not going to have his voice. And then they're like, with Sean Connery, and I was like, oh my god, gonna play this. So super excited about it when it came out, and I love the game. It played out great. And after this, they actually did Quantum of Solace with Daniel Craig, and they had Daniel Craig's voice as well. And it basically took place with Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, but it was also a very good game. And it actually brought back the GoldenEye 64 version of multiplayer with the 4-player split screen, which I thought was cool. Then they did a remaster of GoldenEye with Pierce Brosnan, but it was Daniel Craig's voice. So it was kind of disconcerting to see Pierce Brosnan, but hear Daniel Craig. I think it's cool that it was one of my favorite movie franchises that's responsible for this feature set trend.
Well, hey, if you're still here, clearly you enjoy rooting for the underdogs. So, how about you like and subscribe to this underdog channel? I will put up Mad Max. So, this is a game that released a few years ago. It was intended to release kind of alongside Mad Max Fury Road, but then the development actually ran a bit long, and it got
Okay.
released like the next year after it. And the game follows obviously Max, and you have the black on black, the very famous car that Max drives is taken away. He no longer has the black on black. He has to get another car, a clunker piece of crap,
And then upgrade it.
and then upgrade over time.
Of
You
course.
upgrade and you
Classic
slowly
trope.
yeah, you upgrade. It's kind of Ubisoft like in the way that it works. You have to unlock areas of the map and stuff like that. But it's the gameplay. It was so underrated, man. The gameplay is fun. It is addictive to upgrade your vehicle, and it's the standard. It's the typical thing where as you upgrade, it's like, okay, well, I have this much. Okay, do I need to upgrade my armor and then I can take more damage? Or well, if I upgraded my exhaust, my acceleration could be better. Or if I upgraded my tires right now, I could maybe handle better. And you're like prioritizing which one is more important for what you're going to be doing. And it had super creative enemies they would have these camps that you could take down. It was really fun, and it integrated the story into the world to the point that characters that were in Fury Road were mentioned in, and one of them was present in the game.
So was it
And
like a parallel plot game?
it was kind of an anthology. It did not actually follow Mad Max Fury Road, but it took place within that same world, and it took place before Mad Max Fury Road would have taken place. Um, but and then one of the characters that was in the game actually did the briefest of appearances in the what was the follow up, the Furiosa, in Furiosa.
Okay.
So I guess this one is more. It maybe didn't do anything revolutionary as far as a specific gameplay mechanic, but the way that it brought them all together in this thing where it's like the discoverability, the unlockability of the map, the thing where you have to upgrade and you have to do certain things. So like you would have to upgrade your harpoon before you could take down these towers. Like, oh, this tower requires this level of harpoon, otherwise you can't take it down. This level of the scaling world where you have access to everything. You have access to this world, but you can't quite interact with everything yet. And it was this really addictive progression as you worked your way up through it. And it was such a brilliantly, I think the story was great in it. If you liked, because the Mad Max movie franchise is not exactly story heavy. The story is more implied than anything. Especially,
Okay.
well, prior to Fury Road, the Mad Max movies prior to Fury Road, the story is always essentially like, here is Max. Max comes across place bad. This person most
Yeah.
bad in place. Max kill person. Like that is the thing. And then Fury Road is of course one of the, I mean, cinematic achievement. Fury Road was absolutely insane. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, and
But
it's weird because I heard nothing but great things about this game, and I ended up
and
not
nobody played
playing
it.
it. You're right, I didn't play it, and, um, it's one of those I feel like I don't wanna go back to it now, but
You should. It
sometimes
holds
I
up.
do,
It holds up.
and, I don't remember what came out at the same time, but like a lot of games that we're gonna mention, including From Russia with Love, there was a lot of other games that came out at the same time, and it was like, we're not all made of money, so it was one of those things where you picked
Pick
what you
them.
could, you played what you could. You're right, so you miss out on some real gems when you're poor.
Well, I can say that you can probably find this game pretty cheap. It might even be on Game Pass now. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I bought it again on PS5 a few months ago. It was on sale for like $8 or something like that, and I bought it and started playing through it again. And you unlock different appearances for Max, and also the combat just feels so good. It's not anything super complicated. Fights don't last long, but it's the kind of the Arkham Batman Arkham, kind of play of like punching and countering, but it feels so heavy. Whenever you land a shot, like you feel that shot that you landed. If you hit somebody with an iron pipe, man, it feels like you just rocked
I
somebody's world.
love I love games where melee feels like melee and gunfights feel punchy, like you can feel the ammo coming out of the
Yeah, well,
gun.
and this has both. You do have like a sawed-off shotgun that you can also upgrade, as it turns out. You can put up to three
Hand
or
on the
four
pop.
barrels on it, and it had a kick to it. But of course, given that it is in the Mad Max world, ammo is
Okay.
remarkably limited. But I got to the point where I just loved the hand-to-hand combat so much. I would just do that. Every once in a while, I'm like, okay, I need the
Yeah.
gun to blow this thing up or that thing up. But I just enjoyed running up to some people and just clocking them. It was just felt so good. It was
Yeah.
so satisfying. So I had never gotten pulled into a game to that level that had that sort of format where it's like, okay, you can go here, but you can't do this because it's this level. Like, okay, so I need to upgrade this to get to that so I can do this. And it was one of the games where I wanted to do everything. It was like Black Flag, where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in all these different aspects of it. I want to do all of it. I want to you can clear out the map. I want to find all the treasures. I want to do all the things. I want to do all the side missions. And it was so it fleshed out so much of the Mad Max world. It was so
Right.
addictive. It was so well done. It was this perfect marriage of these game mechanics and the story, and it was not the story that you expected to get. I'll just say that. I'll just say
That's
I
always
don't want to
cool.
spoil anything, but it was you start the game and you're on a story thinking this is how the story is going to go, and it don't go that way. So I highly recommend you can like I said, it still holds up today. You can probably find it for cheap on any market, especially if you're looking on Steam. It's probably dirt cheap on Steam. But even on consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, you can probably, like I said, it might be on Game Pass, but you can probably find it for a good price. But yeah, Mad Max, the video game, was it 2015? I don't know. I think it was 2015, but it was great. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's 20 on Steam right now, but it's one of those games where I'm sure when they do a sale on it, it's probably like $4 or $5. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, I'll
absolutely.
try to find it and see what I can
So
do with it.
that is my first hidden
Okay.
gem. That is the end of our maiden voyage, episode 1 of the Casualty List. We have several other underrated legends lined up, games that innovated and then just vanished. But if you have any games that come to mind, drop them in the comments, give us a like and a subscribe, and maybe you'll see them in a future episode. We'd love to do more.